Okay, so Assalamualaikum, very good morning to all. Okay, today we will continue again with our class for chapter 7 under computer programming. So before that, I would like to wish all of you Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri, maaf zahir batin. Wish you all had a pleasant Hari Raya celebration. Okay, for those who even use the holiday, use the period for holidays. Okay, hopefully you had fun during the holidays. And thank you for coming back to the university to continue your education as well as I am continuing my work with you guys. Okay, so before we start our class, okay, I would like to highlight regarding your midterm marks. Okay, some of you did notify me about some irregularities with the midterm marks. With some of your marks did not appear correctly in the column. Okay, you say you submit, but did not had my record and everything. Okay, for your information, since we did the assessment in Kalam, some of you who were assigned to a different section, okay, was not fall under me, so I did not record your mark. So you are registered as in section 7 or section 3. Okay, so that's why I have to manually look for your name within the system. So this is what make your marks had some problem there lah. And then for your assignment, okay, I think we had no problem with the assignment because the submission is clear. It's only that I need to look back at some of the students. I think among all of my students, I think 2 or 3 students who originally was registered in different sections. So that's why when I download all the sections for all the students from my section for marking, yours is not there. So there was a little bit technical problem there. So I think we resolve it. So you don't have to worry lah. So in case you find any more mistakes, okay, you can still correct me if you found any more mistake in your assessment. So we only have around how many assessment left? I think it's around 2 assessment left. Your final assessment and also your test. Okay, and also 2 more quiz. Okay, so look forward to that. Okay, to finish your study with this course. Okay, so for this week, okay, we're going to look at into chapter 7, which is under the topic functions for computer programming. Okay, so last few weeks, okay, where I allow you guys, where we did not have the class, but we have a lab session. Okay, I gave you some lab session, and some of you guys were successfully doing it. And this morning we had some discussion with the other section students, and it's kind of surprising that some of the questions use techniques that I haven't even taught you yet within array and everything. So hopefully you those answers are based on your own finding lah. Okay, your own learning instead of just go blindly copy paste lah. It's okay for you to learn from other people codes, but please do not submit other people codes directly. Okay, you copy, try, change a little bit, then it's fine. Okay, I also do that in my research, and then we do submit. Sometimes we give credit to the author, so it's fine. But learning, make sure you learn about all those techniques that you implement in the task. Okay. So originally, those questions for our last lab task were supposed to be reserved for our midterm test. Not midterm test, our test, hand-on test. Okay, so based on other lecturers' feedback, they say that those questions are quite hard. Okay, I think you guys also consider it quite hard, right? Okay, so that's why I have to reduce the level of the test. So supposedly not as difficult as what we have last week. Okay, so okay, let's start our class with chapter 7, functions. Okay, I forgot to ask. Okay, do you have any questions or anything you want to ask before I start the lessons? No. Okay. Okay, I think everybody's fine, huh? Okay, so the outcome for this week is for you to understand the concept of functions and to create to code a program using the functions technique. So what is the difference between what is function actually? Okay, so what is function? So basically, a function is a block of organized reusable code that is used to perform a single related action. So it's a block of codes that has been simplified into a keyword. And using those keywords, you can tell the program to write a lot of things because the function already defined prior to your coding. So it means that you take the code somewhere include the keyword in your course and you can implement it. So this helps us manage our code easier. Okay, so for those who had experience with import from math, import what, from SimPy, import what. So those the math library, the SimPy library, NumPy, whatsoever, all of them are considered as libraries with functions. Okay, a lot of them they have functions in there to help you process how to use the sine function, tangent function, okay, cosine function. So all of those are considered as function. Okay, so we tend to create functions is for us to make our future job easier. So once you develop a particular function for your program, we want to encourage the reusability of code. So that's why we tend to create codes in form of functions so that we can reuse them later many times. So usually when you talk about being a programmer or whatever, okay, sometimes if you are an engineer, particularly when you develop a system to calculate certain things, you will not be developing them uh, all the time. The same thing, you do the same thing all the time. Sometimes you do one thing and you save it, and next time when you need it, you can refer back to it and copy paste. So it's like a growing period when you do when your job is software development. Okay, so so in this case, okay, it allows independent development of the code. Means that you don't need to consider the things that you have done before when you implement the functions in your codes. Okay, you only consider new things when you try to develop the code using a certain function. So we have two type of function basically. So first one we have built-in function, and the second one we have user-defined function. So built-in function is what you have been using before, which is print input, okay, print input, okay, eval integer, okay, all of this, okay, already predefined in your Python, and then some of them you can insert using a library. Okay, this one is what we have built-in functions. And other than that is what we call user-defined function. Okay, user-defined function is a function that you develop for yourself or the function that you develop for somebody else. Okay, you create your own library of functions so that other people can use it like you use the function from library from other people. Okay, so some people, okay, they tend to make a profession out of this. They create functions and then they sell the library. They allow the user to have use their library with a certain amount of charges lah. Okay, so you can get money from there. You can have a living by developing software for functions, a lot of functions in the future. So this is why we have a user-defined function. So basically, when we want to define a function, so when we want to create a function, first you need to have a function name. So you can see the function name here. Okay, when you want to define that this is a function name, you need to put in def, define. Okay, this means that you are defining this function name. Okay, and this function name will require two arguments. Okay, this is the first parameter. This is the second parameter. Okay, and you have this semicolon. So you have defined this, or this is how you define the functions. And inside this function, you have the statement that you want the function to execute. What kind of task you want the assignment to do, the functions to do. So, and at the end, you need to put in a return so that it will end the function usage and return back to the main source code. Okay, so when you want to call the functions, okay, you have two types how you call them. The first is without parameter, and the second one is with parameter. Without parameter means that you just put in your function name and that's it. With parameter, you create a variables which equal to the function result that you have, the result calculated in your function that you have created before. So let me just demonstrate to you. Okay, let me demonstrate to you. Oops. Okay, so this is Tony. Okay, this is what we did before in the morning. So I think I'll just open a new one. Okay, week 7. Uh, week 7. Okay, so in this case, okay, I want to create a function here. So what do I do? Okay, let's just make this task. Okay, you have defining, you want to define this function. Okay, so here, one thing that you need to do is define. And then you have function name, welcome message. and you have the argument. Okay, and then down here you have the statement print welcome. Okay, Shafiq from class BCI1103. Okay, so and then we have return. Okay, easy as this. This means you already define a function, okay, that when it is called, it will produce this print message result. Okay, you can see that when I run this, should not have any problem. Okay, it didn't appear anything. You see, nothing appears. So I clear it again in case you do not believe me. Okay, nothing appear down here. Okay, why is that? Why is there nothing appear down here? Anybody can answer me? Sir, I put print tapi tak keluar. It didn't appear. Sir, why? Why? Oh no, no, fail lah. Okay, whatever. Okay, so why? Why do you think? Why do you think I put a print here and it did not appear anything here? Anybody can answer? What did I do wrong? Oh no, sir. What did I do wrong? Okay, anybody can answer me? Why did not appear anything?
Tak
Yes.
ada input kot.
Okay, actually, this is only definition. Okay, definition means that definition uh, you just stated that welcome message is this. Okay, but you haven't used it. You haven't used it. You just tell the computer that welcome message is this. Okay. However, you haven't used it. So how do you want to use it? Down here we put in welcome message. Okay, supposedly should be okay. You see, now it's running. So now at the top is where we define. So means that when we define, we are telling the computer that this welcome message will do this. Okay, only when the welcome message is required. Okay, so now I put one statement down here, welcome message, do something. Okay, here means that it will go directly to print to generate the print result. Okay, okay, so this is what we call, okay, in the slide before is without parameter. Okay, without parameter. Next, we are going to look at with parameter. So what is the difference without parameter and with parameter? So here is that we have an input. Okay, name, and we have class. So I don't want this to be restricted to my name. So I put in here, name. Oh, I cannot use class. I need to put course because class is being used in another uh, another uh, another function. Okay, so class course. Okay, now let's see what I can get from here. So I put in here Shafiq and I put in here. Okay, let's just exclude this first. Okay, what happened when you run this? Like look like this. Okay, say that welcome message missing to required position, argument, name, and cost. Okay, you have these two arguments not available. Supposedly I have to enter something here. So I put in Shafiq. So supposedly I need to put a string because I want to be displayed a string. And the second one is BCI1103. Okay, I have two string here. I insert it as input. So when I run it, you see that I get the same result as before. Okay, means that this is what I want to display. So let's say that I call it. Good thing with function is that you don't have to do it multiple times. You don't have to define it multiple times. You can just reuse the keyword here. Okay, so like for example, I put this function Shafiq 2, Shafiq 3. Okay, so then I run it again. You see that it display as what I intended for. Okay, so Shafiq 1, Shafiq 2, Shafiq 3. So this is where we have the magic of function. So in case you have a lot more longer function you want to define, it reduces the time by a lot. Okay, when you use the same function multiple times instead of writing new codes again and again. Okay, so one more benefit from function is that you can create it from a separate file. Okay, you can create it from a separate file. So let's say I create new one. Okay, file. I'll save as Okay, this one is welcome. I already have welcome.py. Okay, so I just open it. Oh, this is from the other class. Welcome.py. Okay, I have a welcome.py. So I have here a separate file. Okay, welcome.py. Same thing. Okay, that I have before. Okay. So I want it to be in a separate file. So I delete this one and I include from welcome import star. Okay. So now meaning that okay, this file will be using the file with the name welcome, and from here it will upload. It will integrate okay the functions from this file into the main file here. So let's run it for example. Okay, you see that it's still running as usual. Okay, where I have without definition here, I have defined it in a separate file so that you can use it again next time. So next time when you create a new file, okay, you create a new codes, okay, you can just add this welcome, okay, as a part of your code. Okay, so it's simple, right? Easy. So this is where it becomes the benefit of function. So once you have done it, you will notice it. This is quite fun actually. Okay, sometimes okay, you think that oh, some of the let me just tell you. Okay, some of the students who really like coding, especially in overseas, they took a course like a different course that don't have IT specialist a lot lah. Like for example, medic, okay, like chemistry. So this person, they like this. He likes coding, and he is studying uh, in that course, in the chemistry course or medical course. So he noticed that certain calculation, okay, can helps certain program. He can create a certain program that can helps their friends calculate easier. So he developed something like this. Okay, you have a library here for calculating certain concrete properties, certain chemical properties, so that next time when your friends want to use it, you just run this code. Okay, so those people, okay, they tend to be beneficial for a lot of people, and some of them even create their own startup, okay, startup company, just developing something like that. Okay, and they even charge the service, okay, or even they ask for to pay a few dollars, okay, for that code. It's a very good initiative lah for you guys to explore later on. Okay, so this is where we have the benefit of functions. Okay, so here you see that with parameter you can pass the content into the functions. Okay, okay, so this is one example. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. Uh, num total and everything, calculate total is. What is the total? Okay, so here I want you guys to convert it into one function separately. So I want you guys to convert the total part only into a separate function. And then the file is calculate value. No need new file. Just put a function definition on top. So can you guys do it now? Okay, I'll give you guys 5 minutes to do it. It's very simple one. So I'll put in the code here for you guys to refer to. Okay. Oh, so this one, I like this one I did before with your friend from another session. Okay. Never mind, I show you guys. So this one I can look at left and right. Okay, this one I use VS Code. VS Code is my IDE for using Python for machine learning a lot of things because it's helped a lot of things I think this morning the student got confused because too many assistants. Okay, when you write this, okay, like for example, you write this, it can correct me to any a lot of things. Okay, so the student get confused, but I like it because you can see left and right. For Tony, you cannot see left and right. You cannot see two codes at once. So I have to click something like this. Okay. So you can refer to this. Okay. So this is welcome import. Okay. So here is the function. So referring to this, okay, please try and create a function for this code first. Okay. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to do it. Okay.
Doctor,
Yep.
I'm a bit confused.
Okay.
Okay, because of the plus just now, total.
Uh-huh.
The example just now, just name and course name, right?
Mm.
how to define.
So you just make sure that you enter here. Okay, spoiler, something like that.
Okay, already.
Done. And then done. Can or not? Do you understand?
I'll try, doctor.
Okay, something like that. So change this one lah. So here change it into calculate value. Okay, note that value 1 and value 2, okay, what appear in value 1 here is not the same value 1 inside here. Okay, it's not the same value 1 inside here. Okay, so means that if you use up here value 1, value 2, here you put value 3, value 4, this value 3, value 4, and this value 1, value 2 is the same. Okay, means that value 3 here is the same as value 1 here. Okay, value 4 here is same as value 1 here, value 2 here. Okay, so this is different file, so that this is what we call local variable. So when you have local variable, you can use the same one, but they represent different things within their own file. Okay, it pass different thing. They only pass the content. It doesn't pass the variable. Okay, so now next. Something like this. Okay. So this is the result. Okay, what I did before with your friends this morning. Okay, so here we have this code, count equals 0, num total equal, eval input, get the total value first, and then you get the first value, and then you have total value 1 and 2. So here it goes to the second file here, value 1 and 2. Okay, calculate tot. Tot is equal value 1 plus value 2, return tot. So when it return, the value of this tot is becoming the result value. Okay, result value is the same value as tot. Okay, here the function is returning the calculation value back here, and the result the result of the calculation is now what we define as result. So now we print the result and you get the answer. So this is how you do it. Okay. So next I want you guys to look at, okay, so here you have calculate number 1, number 2. Okay, total number 1 plus number 2, return total. Here you calculate everything, calculate value, value 1, value 2, count equal count plus 1. So this is basically the answer here. Okay, so means that calculate value representing the function, and here the argument is representing by the number entered here, where you entered value 1, value 2, and now you calculate here number 1, number 2. Okay, same thing lah. So then, okay, when you want to publish the result back into main, okay, we create a variable that that holds the answer that has been calculated by the function. Okay, so total val is the result of calculate value, and from here, okay, you print out the total value. So it's as simple as that. So next, okay, we have this another function. Okay, this function is where you have to determine the grade. Okay, so you have this code down here. Okay, now you have on the top. Okay, now do a second function with the name determine grade. Okay, you can use the same file as the one that you put in the calculate value before. Okay, you can use the same file. You can put it down here. Okay, put it downwards. Okay, define determine grade. Okay, so total value lah. In this case, we already got total value. Okay, we got we put in total. Okay, so you can see that it is collecting the data lah, everything. Okay, so you put in all the codes Okay, from here downwards. Okay, try this one. Okay, try this one first. So when you get it, it's supposed to look like this. Okay, everybody try first. Try inside your code so that you can understand. I give you 5 minutes to 10 minutes to do it. Okay, supposedly you can do it something like this. Okay, you see that I have created this one, this code, but this one I do it in VS Code. So you can see that once I have the total, I have the grade. So total here, grade down here. Okay, so this is the total. This one, in this case, I use two files. Okay, I use two files. One file for grade, one file for total. So when you run it, okay, you need to run it at main. Okay, then you can see that enter number of total value to be calculated, one. Okay, oh, so this is the problem that I noticed before. I need to type here, one. Okay, enter the first value, 34. Second value, 47. Hey, I got the answer. Total value is 91. Yes, pass with A. So this is what we want to do. Okay, this is what we want to do for the code. See that I have this determined grade for the result. Okay, that has been published by the total. Okay, so this is what the code is. Okay, I guess you guys can understand. Okay, no problem, right? Okay, then let's proceed to the next task. Okay, so this one is using multiple file. Okay, so multiple file. Okay, I already mentioned it to you to calculate value, calculate grade. Okay, using a different file, you can define it separately. And I think we already finished our class for today. Okay, so finish our class for today. So what should we do next? Finish lesson class. Okay, finish the habits. Okay, so for now, okay, got the next task is an exercise. A little bit difficult, which is the code here. Okay, import mass, everything this. You want to convert the code vol cylinder, vol comb, compare volume, all of these three functions into a separate function. Okay, using a separate function. So if you look at your WhatsApp for the class WhatsApp this morning, okay, you can have, you can see that we have this code here. Okay, okay, look at your WhatsApp. Okay, you see they use this code. So copy that and put into your code and try to edit. Okay, convert them into several functions. Okay, how is it? Boleh buat ke? Can you guys do it? Boleh ke? Can you guys do it or not? Dah siap ke? Hello? Hello? Saya tak dengar. Guys, boleh ke?
Dah, doktor.
Siap dah? Okay, so let's take a look at the answer. Simple answer here. Okay, I think it's in. Okay, let's see what it means. Okay. Okay, this is what I did before. Okay, you can see that. Okay, I have three function. First function is vol cy, and then you have vol c vol psi, cylinder vol c, vol cone. This is for cone, and then I have com cone c. Okay, this one is to compare cone and cylinder. Okay, so this is kind of disturbing function, hard to pronounce lah. Supposedly I choose even simple pronunciation for the function. Okay, so here you see that my function is in one file. So at the top of the file is I have pi. Okay, you can see the pi. And then I have all this function here. C, Volcon, and ComCon C. Okay, so here when I have all of this, okay, when I have all of this, I run them. Okay, run them again. Okay, how many cylinder and cone to be determined? I put it one time only. I want to calculate one time. Okay, radius, I put it at any number, put what here. Cone. Okay, you can see that here volume of cylinder is this, volume of cone is this, and cylinder is bigger than cone. Okay, you see that? Okay, volume of cone is from here. Okay, you calculate from the function. Okay, volume of cylinder as well, and at the end it will calculate. It will do the comparison, and from the comparison it will display. Okay, which one is bigger or which one is smaller, which one is equal lah. Okay, it's a different, it's a simple code for you guys to do. Okay, so I guess that's all for today. Okay, before we end our class, I would like to introduce you to one of the answer lah that we got from lab 6 last week. Okay, so lab 6, okay, previously this one is to convert Roman into what you call it, uh, Roman into decimal. Okay, so this is answered by one of your friend who I think is very advanced. Okay, from the look of it, especially in terms of class solution here. Okay, solution. Well, I don't know why he used this class solution down here. Okay, supposedly if he just use solve, okay, everything should be fine. Okay, op equals solution. Okay, op solve numeral. So why does it use this? I also don't understand why he use it. Okay, so for based on what he did, okay, I'll modify it into much more easier lah to understand. Okay, so put it down here, put define on the top. Okay, and then of solution remove. Okay, put it solve. Okay, so here put it numeral, and then here numeral. Okay, let's try and run this. Oh, the Roman number. Okay, put it here. Cannot be the same thing. Numeral is equal input. Okay, so now you see that okay, it's easier for us to understand now. So this is the main. Okay, prom is equal to 1. Okay, so this one you just want to check whether you can want to continue or not. This is what the purpose of the while. Okay, so the most important part is the function up here. Okay, the function up here. Supposedly you don't need to put in function, but you can use it the same way lah. Okay, oops, I think my PC. Okay, so what he did is that he links this one, what we call is an array. Okay, so this array, they are in pairs. Okay, this represent this. Okay, this represent this represent this, each of them. Okay, and then you have the num that has been included solve here. Okay, when you enter certain numeral, okay, it will go directly to it's here. Okay, the Roman numeral. And at the end, what we get is, okay, from here, you get the length of the number, the Roman numeral first. And from here, it enumerate. Okay, means that it find out from here, okay, for IDXC, okay. So from here, IDX is less than I minus 1 and Roman C is less than Roman IDX plus 1. Okay, so here, let me just demonstrate to you what is it. Okay, so when I run this, okay, let's cancel this one first. Stop first. Okay, I run debug this one. Okay, I'll put it this way. Okay, define. So this is what we have prom. Okay, so from here, and then when you enter Roman numeral down here, let me put IV. Okay, so let's put it down here. Next, enter. Okay, I put in IV is the Roman numeral here. Okay, so next is what I have here. Numeral is IV. You see at the value on the right side here. There is IV, and go again. Okay, print the integer a soft numeral. Okay, now we are going to the function up here, IV. Okay, down here, you can see that in the variables for the soft, okay, number is IV. Next, we look into Roman is M. Okay, 1000, D 500, C is 100, L 550, X 10, B 5, I 1. Okay, so we got this array inside the system right now in the variable. Okay, right now it define answer as 0. Okay, so next we have I equal length num. So length is 2 only, I and V. So you got I equal 2. And then you got for IDX, enumerate num. So you have this enumerate. What does it mean by enumerate? Let's see. So you have IV. Okay, so you have IV. You enumerate IV, enumerate object at this. Okay, so now it becomes 0I. So means that at position 0, the first one on the left, okay, become 0, and then it become I. So IDX right now, okay, 0, okay, C is I. Okay, right now position 0 and the value it contains is I. So next what we have here, if IDX is less than I minus 0. So I is 2, means we have 3 spot, 0, 1, 2. 0 and 1, sorry, 2 spot, 0 and 1. So now we are now IDX at 0 because 0 is less than 1. Okay, I is 2 minus 1 is 1, 0 is less than 1, and Roman C, okay, is less than Roman num IDX plus 1. So Roman num IDX plus 1 is where? So Roman num IDX plus 1 means that Roman num, okay, IDX plus 1 here, let's see. So here we have IDX less 0. Okay, 2 minus 1 becomes 0, become 1. Okay, 0 is less than 1, which is true. Okay, next, Roman C, okay, less than Roman num IDX plus 1. Okay, Roman C is, okay, let's see, it looks for I. Okay, so here you have Roman C, I. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, because 1 here at the top. Okay, 1 is less than Roman num IDX. Okay, put it a little bit further. Roman num IDX, num is IV. Okay, IV is there. IDX plus 1 is 0. Okay, 0 plus 1. So IV 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, so IV1 is V. So in this case, if 1 is less than 5, okay, 1 is less than 5, true. Answer is Roman C, which is Roman, okay, C is I, 1. Okay, so you got 1 down here. Now we go towards the second one, which is V. So you got V is same thing. Okay, 1. So I is 2 minus 1 is 1. False. False. Okay, so then it jumps down here. Okay, answer is plus or equal Roman C. So the first Roman, okay, which is 5. Okay, before this, you see that this is negative 1. You see, answer is negative 1. Okay, 5 plus 5 is 4. So down here, up here is that for it to reduce the number on the right. Okay, in case we have similar, like for example, 4 is IV, 5 is V. So IV is on the left side means that it less. from the right side. So this is what we want it to do. Okay, so I'll copy this one, okay, and put it into your codes, into the WhatsApp group. You can refer to WhatsApp group for lab C. Okay, this one in WhatsApp group. Okay, I reply this one. Lab 6 question 1. Okay, so this is one of the answer of your friend lah. A very good answer lah. I don't know where he found it. Okay, in case he find it yourself, in case you do it yourself, or you are really good lah. Okay, so you don't need to worry about your final exam anymore lah. Okay, so this is one good thing lah from your friend lah, for your friend answer. So let's take a look at the second answer. Okay, who wrote this answer? I forgot lah. Anybody nak mengaku? Answer. This is my answer. Anybody nak mengaku here? No one? It's Ikhwan. Not Ikhwan. Not Ikhwan. Okay, let me look at a little bit. Who was it? I think. Who was it? Forgot. Daniel Hafi ke? Nope. Okay, never mind. Okay, for question 2, let's open new one. This one is from your friend Daniel Hafi. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's run it. Look at what is up. Roman value is CC. This is wrong. No input. This is wrong. So no input. Let's look at the friend. Aiman Farhan. Aiman Farhan also not correct. So let's take a look at another code. Anybody confident got question number 2 you want me to look at? Share with your friend. You can tell me. Sir, I got the answer for question number 2. Okay, let's try this one. XXXIV. Is it correct? Let's try look at the answer here. Okay, again. Okay, 3 is III. 58 is LVII. Okay, 1994 is MCMXCI4. Oh, this one is a correct answer. Okay, so let's take a look at the answer. I think this one is easier than the previous one. Okay, the first one is that you have integer input, enter a number. You have number is this. Okay, Roman numeral is this. Oh, he calculated immediately like this. Okay, let's take a look. What did he do? Okay, so result for I in range length number, count integer and num I. Okay, let's take a look. I need to find out. I range length number. Okay, number of. Okay, count integer and num I. So num I. Okay, n, what is n? Input divided by number of I. Okay, you have 5 range, or you divide number by number I. Okay, so it means that if it's 4, you divide by 1000. Okay, it's 1 out of 4. Okay, so let's just debug this. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so input, enter a number. Okay, I enter one number here. Okay, 19, I put it 58. Okay, 58. So let's take a look. Enter 58. So next, what happened? Okay, I have this variable, this array. Everything is in this array. Okay, and then another one. This one is another array. Okay, and then you have the result. Okay, for I range, length number is length of the array, 30. Okay, range 0, 13. Okay, count. Okay, integer n. N is 58 divided by I. Divide by 1000 first, 0.058. 0. Okay, result 0. M count 0. It becomes 0. Oh, now I understand. Oh, quite good lah. Good effort lah for thinking. Okay, now you go one by one. You check it one by one. Oh, and then you go check by one, and then you go from 0, and then you go up until it becomes 1, right? Eight, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1.6 integer 1. Okay, you calculate everything. Strength V. Okay, so you see the result is here, LV. Oh, this is quite good lah. Actually, quite surprising juga lah. You boleh figure out up until like this. Okay, it also take me quite a while lah for me to figure out how to do this. So making it easy, like for example, including 900, 400, 90, 40, and 9 and 4 is, although a little bit cheating, but okay, you follow the instructions, so I think it's fine. Okay, so good job lah basically. So I'll put the result for here into the codes, okay, so that you can refer and discover it by yourself. Okay, so you got any question to ask? You got any question to ask for now?
Sir,
Yep.
test susah macam mana?
Test senang aja, tak macam ni.
Oh, okay.
Okay, saya pun tengah dalam dilemma. I am dilemma. How can I make things easy? Because I used to hard question. Okay, making question hard is some kind of like fun for me. But they request me to do it cheap, so to make it easy. Okay, so I have to improvise lah a lot of things lah. I cannot explore too much lah. Just make the student available to answer it. So this one is actually question I downloaded from a lead code. Okay, if you want to become really good at coding up until Google, Facebook, engineer level, you can go into lead code. Okay, I am a member in lead code. Okay, subscribe. I signed in. I already I mean some kind of like a user lah in the code. So I tend to find out what kind of question in here. So you can go up until hard. Okay, hard, for example, Sudoku solver. You can go and look at the question here. Okay, write a Sudoku puzzle. So this one using Python. Okay, you can use Java, C++, Ruby, any other tips. Okay, you want to create a Sudoku solver. If you want to learn coding, this is one of the best platform lah. So here, if I press autocomplete, okay, I need to subscribe to see the code. If not, I have to do it by myself. Okay, so usually I do it by myself lah. I didn't do up until this difficult one. I only take easy one lah. So like for example, here is Roman to integer. You see that this is the question that I gave you before. Okay, so you guys successfully did it lah. For those who wants to explore to the answer, you need to subscribe. So here, for example, square root, easy one. How to calculate square root? Okay, integer part, power of this, okay, create square root. Okay, so sometimes I refer to this, but most of them are more towards number games lah, not a real problem solving codes lah. Okay, like for example, Pascal triangle, balanced binary tree, okay, sort array, everything lah. Okay, so I will not use any from this because you need to think a little bit, and I think most of you guys don't like to think. Okay, I just want to know the way to do it, and just do it. I don't want to think about the question. Okay, so we have a lot of examples here, like for example here, robot return to origin. Okay, so move left, right, up, down, okay, whatever. So this is one example. So if you guys want to learn, you can go and discover yourself at LeetCode. And in case you want to work with, like for example here, Microsoft. I want to work with Apple ke Microsoft, say Apple. Okay, search for text. Oops, oh, this one need to pay. So you can look at some of the problems by this company lah. Okay, some of the problem by this company. I think I want to pay lah a little bit so I can learn and I can share with you guys. So here you see that we have Amazon tax. Okay, means that some of the question is from this company. Okay, means that there might be from interview session or anything. So you want to learn, then this is the best way for you to do lah. Okay, you want to compete with all those big companies up until TikTok, okay, Goldman Sachs, okay. So this is one way lah. Okay, so just sharing with you guys. Okay, so do you have any question before we end our class? Do you have any question? No. No? So I think all of you came today. Okay, we have 55 students, and yes, excluding me is 55. Okay, so I think that's all for today. I see you guys next week. So this Thursday there will be a lab sheet for you guys for function. So maybe I'll take some from LeetCode as well, so you guys can figure out the answer, and then to see whether you are in a good standard or not. Don't worry, I'll pick up. I think this week not that difficult lah. I think I put question from here lah. From the slide, we have a hard question here for you guys to answer. Okay, so this will be your task lah. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, I'll see you guys next week.
Doktor,
Okay,
yang mana task tadi? Slide.
siapa?
Yang Encik cakap, doktor cakap task tadi.
Nanti saya akan upload. Maybe I
Oh,
upload
okay.
tomorrow. Okay, so on Thursday you check lah. Okay.
Okay, doktor.
Okay, that's all for today. See you later. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, doktor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.